If I were to ask you to rate your anxiety from 1 to 10, 10 being the absolute worst, meaning you struggle to function in life, it can be debilitating, maybe it is debilitating, what number would you give it? And I'm not talking about specifically this very moment as you're watching this video, but rather the broad stroke, right? Like just overarching anxiety in your life. What number do you feel like you tend to hover at? Are you above a 5? Are you an actual 10? If you are anything above a 5 or a 6 most days, I strongly, strongly encourage you to seek professional help if you have not yet done so. It is very important that you seek the counsel of a licensed professional counselor, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist to help you not only just manage that level of anxiety, but you're probably going to need some form of medication. And honestly, you probably need to do some trauma treatment. I know I don't know you and I'm making a bold statement here, but I've been doing this work for almost 23 years. The bulk of my clients who have very high anxiety, and once again, I'm looking at, really above a 6, right? So I'm really looking at 7, 8, 9, 10. The bulk of my clients who tend to live in that area of anxiety almost always have some form of trauma. It's not always big T trauma, such as abuse or molestation, but there is some kind of trauma that is the undercurrent of that level of anxiety. Because I'm here to tell you that I hate to use the word normal because it's so subjective, but for lack of a better word, that is not normal. Well, there is a better word. Healthy. That is not healthy. If you are living that high with your anxiety, if you are struggling that much to function because of your anxiety, once again, please seek the counsel of a professional. And I don't mean to knock coaches because I am one, but in all sincerity, a health coach or any kind of coach, a life coach, any kind of coach, they really cannot effectively help you with that type of anxiety long term. They may be able to do little sprints with you, but they're not going to be able to do the marathon. So I'm really going to drive this home. If you're above a 5, 6, or 7, seek professional help by a licensed clinician. The rest of you who are below a 5, like me, this video and this information should resonate greatly with you. But I want to do a quick little sidebar before I jump into the meat of this conversation about my 3 top ways of managing my anxiety. These are not fast acting. This is not a shot or a pill. This is the compound effect. I just made the statement a sprint or a marathon. As both a licensed clinician and as now a health coach, I'm looking for the marathon. I'm not looking for the sprint. So these 3 tips that I'm going to share with you, think of them as daily habits. Whether you're experiencing anxiety or not, just continuously implementing, if nothing else, these 3 things that I'm going to share with you over and over again, because it's going to create the compound effect. And then what will happen when you are faced with a certain situation where you're feeling really anxious, because you've been doing these things, you're just rinsing and repeating, your brain is going to pull from that a lot quicker than if you treat them like a shot or a Xanax. I hope this is making sense. I'm going to elaborate, so by the end of this video, all should be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But before I give you my 3 tips, I want to welcome you and thank you. If this is your first time coming on my channel, I must confess, I normally don't look like this. Not that I have to look perfect for you, but I'm in a situation where because I'm babysitting and I'm not in my home environment, and I think I hear the baby, so I'm going to be fairly quick. I'm just pressing play, right? I am just pressing play because that's what they tell me. All the people who are finding success in the YouTube world, who are teaching and sharing and just coming on here and they are just knocking it out the park, they all say the same thing. Don't really worry so much about what you look like. Don't worry so much about the background. Don't worry so much about lighting and mics and editing and all those things in the beginning. Just hit play and share your message. And so that's what I'm doing. If you watch my first two videos, you will see I look a lot different and I'm also in different settings. So I am just making do with what I have because it's really important that I put out a video a week. And today's Saturday. It is Saturday, May the 3rd. By the way, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So even more fitting that I talk about this conversation of anxiety today. But in all seriousness, I wanted to get a video out while it was fresh on my mind and while I could, and while I'm still technically in this week. Okay, so again, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, and for sharing this information. It means so much to me. I'm so excited to be here. I geek out on all things about mental health and sharing and helping because I just feel so strongly about it. And this is truly a calling in my life. And yeah, I want to reach you. I want to reach you over in Australia or China, or maybe you're my neighbor in Louisiana. I don't know. But anyway, I just want to share it with you. And what you do with this information, I'm hands off, but at least you will have it. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to quit swirling on you and just get into the meat of this conversation. Here are my 3 top actions that I do on the daily that help to manage my anxiety, helps to reduce my anxiety, and or helps to get rid of my anxiety. So it's usually like one of those 3 things. The very first thing that I do is I book in my days with no screens. So what does that mean? That means for at least 30 minutes in the mornings when I wake up and at least 30 minutes at night before I go to bed, no screens. So this phone that I'm talking on, it's a no-go. TV, just nothing. Okay, so no screens at all. Just fall asleep naturally. Don't fall asleep with the TV. And I know for a lot of you that's probably going to feel like torture, but I promise you, if you are willing to do this, you can train yourself to fall asleep with no TV. If you need a background noise like a noise machine, white noise or sound of rain, totally fine, go for it. But as far as podcasts or music or just anything that you're listening to or you're watching, just say no go. So first 30 minutes in the morning, don't look at your phone, don't look at your TV, go grab your coffee, tea, whatever you drink in the morning. Give yourself that 30 minutes of no screen time. Let your brain naturally wake up. Let the cortisol set in to kind of prepare yourself for your day, to give you some energy. And then again at night, allow that melatonin to set in so you can actually fall asleep. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2. Find time in your day, ideally in the morning, but you can do this anytime during the day, where you just sit in stillness and silence. Literally, you're sitting in stillness and silence. All you need is 5 minutes. If you can do more than 5 minutes, please do so. But if all you have is 5 minutes, set your timer and just sit. Yeah, literally, just sit. Be still. Listen. Watch. That's it. You can close your eyes and maybe just listen. Don't worry about the noise in your head. Don't worry about your thoughts going all over the place. Just be still and be silent. No kids, no friends, nothing. Stillness and silence. All you need is 5 minutes, and then you can build upon that. I will sometimes do this for 30 minutes. Seriously. And it's not meditation. I want to clarify that. This isn't prayer time. This isn't meditation. And people really struggle when I say this because they're like, what do I do? And I'm like, nothing. You do nothing. You sit. You don't talk. You don't listen to anything. You don't read anything. You just still. It's really good for the brain. Okay. So that's tip number 2, silence and stillness. And then lastly, tip number 3, movement. Any kind of movement. Go for a walk, go for a run, go to the gym, clean your house, organize your house, work on a project, paint that spare bedroom that you've been wanting to paint forever. Just move yourself. If you're working all day, if you have long hours, if you do shift work, if you're a nurse or a doctor or somebody else in the medical profession, go up and down stairs. I know hospitals have stairs. Walk up and down the stairs, walk the floor. During your lunch break, go walk around the perimeter of your building, or in the parking lot. Be safe, but just bring movement. We are such a sedentary society. I mean, so sedentary. It's so weird to think about how many people just sit. And I don't know if you are aware of this, but a sedentary life is the foundation for sickness, for illness. Because when we sit and we don't move our body, we're not getting that proper flow of oxygen throughout our body. And then chances are we're also gaining weight because we're still eating, right? So move your body. Another reason I'm asking you to move your body is because when we are anxious, it is negative energy, and we need to put that negative energy somewhere that is positive and productive. So once again, if it's exercise, great, or if you're just getting up and moving and organizing and cleaning, maybe really scrubbing the tub, or getting your aggressions out on the countertops or whatever. But movement is so good for the brain and the mind and the body, all of it. Okay, so a quick recap. Number 1, book in your days for 30 minutes when you wake up and before you go to bed. No screen time, nothing. No phones, no TV, no laptops, no iPads, no anything. 30 minutes, morning, night, okay? Number 1. Number 2, I want you to sit in stillness and silence at least 5 minutes. If you can do more, great, but at least 5 minutes. Again, nothing, stillness, silence. And then lastly, movement, some type of movement throughout your day. Get up, get going. If all you have is 15 minutes to do this, great. 15 minutes is better than 0 minutes. So there you have it. Those are my 3 tips to manage, to keep my anxiety at bay and to help myself on the daily. And remember, do these things when you're not feeling anxious. Don't wait until you're feeling anxious, because if you do, number 1, they probably will not work. And number 2, you're probably going to shoot up above a 5. Yeah, I see my clients do it all the time. So as soon as you feel that anxiety and you know it's there, your brain is going to be like, oh, wait a minute. When I sit in stillness and silence, I feel better. And so guess what you're going to do? You're going to sit in stillness and silence, or you're going to move your body. I don't know, one of them. All right. Well, let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Make sure to comment below. Let me know if you already do these things or if you've tried it. And just keep in mind, compound effect, rinse and repeat, and keep it going. All right. Well, I got to go upstairs and grab a couple toddlers because I don't know if you heard them, but I do. And they're in a crib, and I got to make sure they don't climb out. All right. Bye, guys.